So often in these celebrity documentaries, they would interview other people. And I did a bit of reading around it, and I think I understand that that's what she wanted when they made the film. She wanted to be the one providing all the content, presumably then having control over all of it. So I found, so that was unusual, and it meant that it was, this can sound really obvious, but it was one-sided. And so you didn't get you saw obviously people in her medical team and people in her family and how they sort of were around her, but you didn't really get a picture of her life except from her point of view. I agree with what you say, Dan, that it does seem particularly cruel that she gets an illness that is obviously, well, it seemed like her episode, the kind of distressing episode that they showed, was triggered by a recording session or being exposed to those, I think they were sort of say, to noise and things like that. And so for somebody whose job it is to obviously perform with a band and be able to do that, it does seem like the cruelest thing. And again, because it's only happened to her well into her career, almost even crueler because she knows what it was like before. And I think one of the things that I was thinking about when she said, I think she said she's been suffering from the symptoms for 17 years before she got diagnosed. I mean, that's clearly, it's a long time for anything, but to be going through that and not know what's happening to you must be incredibly terrifying. And but I wondered whether she was more attuned to those first symptoms because she was a singer, because she talked about things like, oh, well, I noticed my voice would go up after a performance rather than go down. And of course, when you're a singer, you're so attuned to like what your breathing muscles do, what your vocal cord muscles do, and what that feels like, and what's normal for you and what isn't. I wonder if, your average person would even have noticed those very early signs. And of course, don't get a sense of that from the documentary, but interesting.
Yes. Now, I agree. And I was thinking, how are we going to actually review this? Because if this wasn't about someone with a rare condition, it was about a celebrity, I could potentially go off wow, this was a passion project for one. Celine Dion wanted a documentary and she got one, and that's basically job done. Whether anyone learns or watches or learns, enjoys it themselves, doesn't really matter. Celine Dion wanted it and now she's got it. But it isn't, because she does have a rare condition. And I was challenging myself on, she's a person living with a rare condition. And I've got into this thinking, I wish there had been more about the rare condition in it. But then I challenged myself thinking, yeah, but isn't that the same that everyone wants from all people with rare conditions? Is like, she wants to turn up and say, this, I am Celine Dion. This is me at this point in time. This is how I've got here. And she wants to do that in an hour and 40 minutes by singing directly to the camera, showing episodes in her home and lots of candid home footage. And if that's how she wants to do it, I have to challenge myself and go, well, that's what she wants to do as a person living with a rare condition. I suppose there is the point that not many people have the platform or money to have that chance to diagnose, or to have that chance to educate about rare conditions. And so therefore you think, oh, we've got all of us little people out there doing everything we can at every possible moment to educate about rare conditions. And then this major platform, well, it's in the title, it's I Am Celine Dion. I went to her documentary wanting something greater for the rare community.